in my flavor, I think it's cause I see call the rest, watch out for I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Crunch time, defense.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now that was just absolute. perfect man coverage, nowhere for them to go with the football, led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's the Raiders punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will get the football at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Hustle. Mike 5-4.
Here's Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders. 55. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, and that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down, Raiders.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. This short throw caught by Goddard. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. The 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately. He didn't have that one.
It's a pickup of 3.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come get some. He don't want it. Kill, kill, kill. Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Touchdown back at the 43-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Shut. I got you, boy. Shut up.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Raiders punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So, line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. on 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. They'll come out in the pistol.
Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, bro? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season.
Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
70, Indy. Bristol, Travis.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Good.
Let flow.
Hey, exit.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Big dribble, big dribble.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. Now Gordon on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hey, Delta. Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Milton able to get this to Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Go, go.
Back to throw. Milton. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Looking to throw. Milton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And this one is right down Broadway. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
To throw on 2nd down, Milton. And it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's more on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Check that. One Mike 52 right here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Milton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Milton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Jackson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Milton got Gordon open, completes it. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready, go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Back to throw. Milton, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 9.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Milton. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop. 54, block 54. 3 bud.
They'll run on 1st down. Rivers, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Haywood.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, echo. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Let's go, D. Let's go. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Let's go.
From the gun, Milton. Going long here for Wallace. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Looking to throw. Milton got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check 4, check 2.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. The carry here for the big tight end. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now a dump off here complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On first down, Rivers. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Rivers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And able to find Green. the 35. He'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great